A warm-hearted welcome to all our truth-seeking friends watching this program. My name is Atisator, or Aaron's, the name of my human body, and with me today, as usual, is Nikita, the name of her body, or Ibulama, the soul name. Ibulama and Nikita, it's such a pleasure and an honor to have you alongside me presenting this program. Thank you so much.
Thank you also, Ernst. What a pleasure, and also what do you call it? It's just amazing working alongside.
Yeah, we learn together. This is what is so awesome. We're doing the research and we're compiling this and we're presenting this, so we learn. That is why your voice was activated to do this. Miracles within 2 years, you and your spouse.
To our truth-seeking friends globally, thanks for watching this program, which is the most needed program ever. There will be 5 programs in this series, but be sure not to miss out of any of these 5 programs. This is program 3 of 5. Please remember to like, share and subscribe, and share this with as many truth-seeking friends as possible.
Please.
If you have not watched program 1 and 2, please catch up.
Yep, we are not doing this to get money from YouTube or anything. We are doing this to spread out the truth, and that is why we ask you to help us. In the previous programs 1 and 2 of this series, we discussed the urgency behind the question, with whom are you going forward, visible and invisible? This question is not addressed to me alone. The highest Torata JAWE GORIA, in whose service I am, also ask this question to you as a viewer of this program. My sincere thanks to the highest Torata JAWE GORIA for all the guides that he appointed over me to help me gather the contents of these programs. Pela Torata JAWE GORIA.
Why would the Most High ask this question of us as Westerner Christians? Because the Highest knows that millions of Western people as Christians, elsewhere as well, will shortly, as a result of the outbreak of the Third World War, die and be soul transferred. Where to from there, knowing the forthcoming event. This may be their last chance to repent to the Highest or suffer the consequences of their choice to be Christians following Satan in Satan's ways.
You know, Nikita, we sound like doomless or something, trying to get people for our congregations. Yeah. This is not the case. We don't have such things. Those of us who will survive the wrath of the Highest will indeed have to choose with who further, visible and invisible. Visible, notably, the people around us and our political and spiritual leaders. Invisible, the God and guides around us to choose from. The definition of an idol in the last program we take note is as follows. Listen to this one. An idol is something or someone regarded as God and honored, when in true reality it is not a God and has no right to this adoration. According to this definition, Western Christians practice idolatry by promoting a Messiah, Jesus, to the rank and level of a God and higher. This is idolatry. And I would like to share with you and with Nikita and all this other here what happened to me this week. You know, there was Facebook, there was a little picture with words on it that says, God is an awesome God. Please type yes if you agree. And I typed there, to which God do you prefer? And I explained the working and the function of the Bible Concordance of Strong's, which is applicable to our Afrikaans Bibles as well as the English King James Version 17th century. After explaining to them, one Christian guy wrote, Ach, Ernst, please get something else to do and keep your snide remarks to yourself. Can you imagine? This is the typical Christian conceit. This guy doesn't know me. He's not interested and going, check what I just advised him or taught him.
Yeah.
In his Christian eyes, this is snide remarks. What a typical example of Christian conceit. They are so conceived they will put remarks on anything they don't even believe in. Yeah, so be out there, you guys. If those guys come to you with the same rubbish, address them as well.
We pointed out that to worship a Messiah as if he were a god, or for people to promote a Messiah to a god level, is blasphemy in an extreme form. We prefer not to be part of this satanic idolatry. When we mention this horrific fact to proud Western Christians, they still prefer to be Christians. They prefer to have Satan, Lucifer, and the demonic kingdoms as their gods to whom they can give orders daily. They will still call them God or Lord.
Of course, you can ask any Christian that you think is a good Christian, who lives a good life, giving stuff to other people in distress, whatever. You can just ask him, listen, are you at the helm of your own life on earth? Or do you know the Most High specifically in everything you do? The answer will be no. Go into any Christian church and listen how they pray. So, yes. Oh, what will the next 2,000 years of the Aquarian star house reveal? Maybe it is early, or maybe it is earlier to ask, or easier to ask, what has been shown already, seeing that we are 24 years in the Aquarian star house's vibration radiation. Now, traditionally, Aquarius is associated with electricity, computers, flight, democracy, freedom, humanitarianism, idealism, modernization, nervous disorders, rebellion, nonconformity, philanthropy, veracity, perseverance, humanity, and irresolution. During this star house influence on earth humanities as nations, races and sub-races, the dark side will be revealed. This is the main message, and it already started, resulting in bloodshed and terrible wars globally, as it did for the previous 201 million years. For all the Western Christian skeptics out there, let us see if this prediction of mine will unfold or not. A lot of Western Christians refer to me as a false prophet. Oh, I'm so sorry to disappoint you again. But you have the biblical definition of a prophet wrong, my dear. I am a seer, not a prophet. You don't even know the difference between a prophet and a seer. So go and do your work before you attack us on anything. Secondly, these Christians pointing finger at me as if I am a false prophet do not even know the true meaning of the first title God in the first sense of their Bibles to mean endless plural gods, goddesses, etc. Now, how can they judge me, who wrote 85 books on researching the deity after researching Christianity and the Bible contents as a reverend doctor for decades? Typical what? Christian conceit.
According to astrologers who are rational thinking scientists because they cannot experience any of the functioning of their first set of senses, the senses of the human soul, they do not believe in the unseen. It is a cosmic law that the true higher light side dimension kingdoms will never be accessible to dark siders serving human souls. Why are their first set of senses not activated? The true light side kingdoms are prohibited to human souls not active in the service of the Supreme. The Aquarian star house will reveal truth in all areas of life. People who will still follow a Messiah as if the Messiah is a true God will experience the result of their preferred choice to commit idolatry the hard way.
Yeah, and they will still fight us and say, you're talking rubbish. Go to the proof, my friend, and see who talks rubbish, me or you. During the Aquarian Star House period of 2000 years, wisdom will be poured out and the dark side on earth will be revealed, as is the case right now. Why is this Star House influence so important to all nations on earth? The answer is simple. The Aquarian Star House is the last star house before what? This 13th star house, Rhythmos, will become visible to modern astronomers. They cannot even see it, but they refuse to believe in it. The 13th star house will become visible nearer to when? To the end of the 2000 years of Aquarius. That is 1976 years from now, the year 2024.
The truth will be poured out during this 2000 years to give the dark side kingdom serving nations or individuals a final chance to repent to the highest. We are already 24 years into the 2000 years of the influence of the Aquarian Star House. At the end of these 2000 years, it will be the 7,745th recreation of planet Earth since the first consolidation humanity was fixed on Earth approximately 201,365,119 years ago.
Yeah, but you go through this stuff. Congrats, my dear, congrats. This every 26,000 year recreation of planet Earth was what the first god priest Juane referred to as the second coming of Christ. I mean, Christ is a what? Is a...
Aaron says the fish god priest Juane.
Yes, okay. Juane.
Yes,
Juane.
all right.
Now, not the second coming of Jesus, but the 26,000 yearly returns to earth of the highest and his entourage of creator Hefkenams to do what? To come and recreate the earth in 7 days, as usual. As they did for, what did you say, 7,744 times previously. Yeah, while Earth is recreated in about 7 Earth days, new creator Hefkenams fixed new experimental nations on Earth to replace the ones wiped out during the recreation. Humanities as nations do go extinct, even after thousands of years. And in this country, these people will also go extinct. I don't think it will take longer than 50 or 100 years.
Every 2,000 years after the 7-day recreation, the different created humanities could talk face to face with their creator gods. After 2,000 years, during which the highest and his entourage live among their different created nations on earth, teaching their flock two-way spiritual meditation, they leave again to return after 24,000 years for the next recreation of planet Earth.
Yes. Isn't it marvelous? And you know, people don't even believe in this. For the next 24,000 years after the highest and his entourage return to their planets of origin, spiritual meditation is the only way to communicate two ways with the departed creator Hefkenams. Spiritual meditation is what the highest taught all the created nations. Read the book Revelation in your Christian Bible, where the Dagon priest named Juane describes the largest spaceship called the New Jerusalem to visit Earth in future. We discussed it in an earlier series which you can watch for free on our website, Baramis Tower of Light.
During the 2000 years of Aquarius, the upcoming generations, individuals who fairly deserve to receive the program to recognize and understand the truth will get it. Most Western Christians prefer to stay on Satan's side. At the helm of their lives on earth will perish and be replaced by an upcoming Lightside generation who will seek the truth.
Of course, this is going on since the first humanity. And people still, they've got all the proof, all the history in their hands. They're not interested to study it. What have the star house Aquarius revealed to us so far? Since 1992 to 94, which is close to the end of Pisces star house time span, already started to reveal the true enemies of the highest Torata, JAWE, GORIA on Earth and planets in other dimensions. The mass of whites who during the old apartheid era in South Africa were the only ones who could vote, exchanged the highest Torata, JAWE, GORIA, his cosmic laws and his Lightside deity code of conduct for Satan's laws and Satan's ways, only so that they can be their gods on earth at the helm of their lives and decisions. They must not know the Most High. Listen, Most High, me and my family would like to go on vacation between the 10th of December to the 20th. Will it be in order and will it fit in your code of conduct, not your code of conduct, your, whatever they call it,
hierarchical structure,
your council plan. And then the guide will go and check it up and he will come back and he will say, the answer is yes, but you must go one day after the 10th, not on the 10th. This is how we know him in whatever we do. This is why we are so happy and have no problems at all. Yeah, they voted not to be part of the cosmic law of authenticity evermore. We experience the difference already in South Africa, which is beyond scary for most people.
At the start of the Aquarian star house, the whole world could have listened to the Pope's message to Christianity, admitting that the time of Christianity has concluded. The masses in South Africa did not listen to the Pope's message to Christians worldwide, broadcasted on Old Year's Eve after midnight. They were too busy celebrating the new year, and as they referred to it, the age of Aquarius. All they wanted was a new South Africa where blacks ruled and everyone could be at the helm of their lives, their God.
Afterwards, when some of them watched the Pope's cardinals praising Lucifer as the God of Christian Church, they as Christians in South Africa decided that only the Catholic Church are able to pray to Father Satan, Satan's one son Lucifer, and God of the Christian Church and the demonic kingdoms as the Holy Spook on the titles Lord or God. You know, even if the Pope declare it, they will decide.
Yes, it's
You know, he's the head of the church, but this people here under, they will decide if he is talking the truth or not. If whatever he says doesn't fit them, they will just ignore it as if it is a bunch of what? Rubbish. Now, yeah. This was one of the first eye-openers unveiling the true satanic gods of Christianity. I mean, if the Pope's cardinals in the public sing a song praising Lucifer as the head of church through the 2000 years, I mean, no.
After the arrival of the star house Aquarius influenced the minds of people on Earth, more so-called whistleblowers and conspiracy theorists surfaced with new evidence of how the New World Order lied to the world's population. We are active in studying the Roman Catholic papacy. especially the dark side of the papacy. You can watch it too on the internet and YouTube.
Yes. You know, when I studied the papacy, I nearly went to a psychiatrist because I couldn't believe as a young Christian, what am I reading? What is the history of the church I am a member of? I was so ashamed. You know, to think I'm a member of a murder squad or whatever. Yeah. We also learn to understand that all proof is no proof where the New World Order is involved. Our reasoning is, why bother about what the New World Order of Satan believe or denies? Earth is a school of learning for, among others, human and angelical souls. The New World Order will not be your examiner after your physical human body dies. You know, people are always, what will Germany or pastor says about this, or father, yes. You know, the father of the church or whatever. This is to them more important. They think if they die, this father or Germany or pastor, it's his work to get you as a soul in heaven. My friend, you are in for a big surprise.
The highest Torata JAWE GORIA will be your examiner. On earth in a school of learning, every soul or consciousness-giving life form study on its own. The strongest and wisest must survive, either on earth or on higher vibrating planets. The wisest must gather true wisdom for upcoming generations. Wisdom and knowledge will always be available, as they have since 201,365,119 years ago.
We already learned that there is nothing called paranormal activities. I mean, how can the so-called authorities of Satan, by the name of the political or religious deceivers, who are psychically and spiritually non-developed, decide what they, as the smallest percentage of humans, cannot experience is paranormal? I mean, what they see as paranormal happens every day. They are paranormal, not to be psychically and spiritually developed, to take note of that. They miss their whole duty on earth.
Thanks to alien technology, the Americans and Russians gathered from alien spacecraft crash sites. We have cell phones and digital cameras that can capture other higher or lower vibrating life forms, normally referred to as ghosts, which are earthbound human souls, fallen humans and fallen angel souls, demons and other life forms in action, not normally visible to human eyes. We can investigate and experience the truth firsthand.
We do not have to believe what others tell us to believe as the truth. Thank the Most High for that. We don't have to. Not even what our government says, what is true and what is not. I mean, we do not have to read in books what others have experienced. That I did when I was studying for a reverend and whatever. We can see and experience for ourselves. In fact, what are we doing? We don't ask them out there to believe what we proclaim. We teach them to spiritually meditate correctly so that what? They can go and experience it for themselves, but even that is too much asked. We do not have to read in books what others have experienced. We can see and experience for ourselves. There are no more valid excuses not to know the truth unless you are a follower of Satan's Christianity on earth, and your soul's eyes are not permitted to see some of the unseen representing the light side kingdoms of the highest. Here in South Africa, before a Christian radio station broadcasts a church service, they give the chapters of which they will preach during the church service, so that you, as a Christian member, can check in up before the service starts. Meanwhile, These Afrikaans churches use fraudulent translations of the original Bible to try and prove their satanic service to be from God without a name. Oh, it's ridiculous.
Russian scientists developed a research instrument called a ghost box, which enables them to communicate two-way with demons and earthbound human souls. Western people cannot reject the working of the ghost boxes themselves without researching these different models of ghost boxes. There are no more restrictions as far as paranormal activities and the truth about them are concerned.
The Aquarian star has a radiating influence on the human mind has barely begun. This is a reality Satan's servants cannot hide anymore from us who are not serving Satan under the title Lord or God. Or being we prefer to be Christians, or we prefer to pray to God, what? Only to give him orders. And to see what you ask him, he must provide. Ridiculous. The internet teeming with information that is easily correctable to those of us who know the cosmic laws, provisions, and wisdom. To check the correctness of each cosmic law's provisions against what we experience on earth under our governance became easy and fast. I mean, if they say, let's say, everybody must be equal, they refuse to accept the first world, the second world, a third world, sub races that's never been discovered, things with wool for hair, double gallbladders, human-like forms, but definitely not human forms.
We who experienced the cosmic law of authenticity when it was in place during the time of apartheid in South Africa and after it was removed, know the best of the two.
Of course.
We experienced it firsthand and learned from it. Put apartheid back in place in all countries and crime on earth will reduce to the lowest mark in recorded history.
Where did we learn that? History of all those nations before us proved it.
Crime means money making for the new world order of Satan, which cannot survive under the governance of the highest of all true Lightside deities.
What have we learned about tectonic warfare up to now, after only 24 years of enjoying the Aquarian star house radiation influence to wake our human and soul minds? When I mention the term tectonic warfare to Western white Christians here in South Africa, they look at me as if I was a conspiracy theorist or an attention seeker. Most of them have not heard the term before, however, they comment on it. Once again, typical Christian conceit to remark on something they know nothing about. They don't even know it exists, but they have a remark to pass on it. Exactly. Without checking if it may not be the truth.
Yes. The term conspiracy theorist is just another term used by the New World Order's appointed authorities for a whistleblower. However, most white Christians in South Africa cannot explain what a whistleblower is. They comment on it, but cannot explain the meaning of the term. What is the internet's definition of a whistleblower, or what is whistleblowing? Whistleblowing is the activity of a person, often an employee, revealing information about activity within a private or public organization that is deemed illegal, immoral, illicit, unsafe, or fraudulent.
There you've got it. So they refer to us as whistleblowers and all those other names.
Theorists.
In future, my friends, accept a conspiracy theorist as a truth-seeking employee or person discovering and revealing a governmental or New World Order illegal, immoral, illicit, unsafe and fraudulent action. A conspiracy theorist know what the New World Order as the world government will kill him for whistleblowing to the world's population. I have met and listened to dozens of so-called conspiracy theorists as whistleblowers to be Lightside Kingdom representatives on earth. Some do not know it, however, they prefer truth above Satan's lies.
Have you heard or researched the term tectonic warfare? Listen to the following we got from the internet. A tectonic weapon is a hypothetical device or system which could trigger earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, or other seismic events in specified locations by interfering with the Earth's natural geological processes.
Why will that definition be on internet for how long? If you know where there's smoke, there must be a little fire burning.
If I may add, there is actually a site, hypotheticalfandom.com. There's a site on the internet that actually has all these volcanoes and hurricanes. The Hurricane Helen, I think, she was already on that page's discussion in April month, and she happened here in September?
Yeah.
And then there's a lot that is going to happen in 2027.
For sure.
So yeah, just go check it out. It's very interesting.
Name that site again.
It's hypotheticalfandom.com.
Thank you, Nikita.
Just go and check it out.
Way back, only the highest use these natural systems. The older translations of the Christian Bible swarm with proof of how the highest uses these natural systems to punish Israel, who transgressed his cosmic laws. Think of the flood of Noah's time and how the four penitential cities in Abram's time were destroyed. You can also study the Old Testament book Deuteronomy chapter 7, 28 and 29, 3 chapters for more detail. Deuteronomy is the 5th book in your Christian Bible if you are not sure where to find it. Natural disasters are linked to the reactions to the actions of cosmic laws, transgressionists.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 discusses what will happen if we transgress the cosmic law of authenticity.
Yes.
Amalgamation and hybridization of different nations, skin-colored nations, sub-races, etc. are forbidden. For those who are still brainwashed by the Christian churches to believe the blood of Jesus cancelled the binding of the cosmic laws, why are the world's population still experiencing the same reactions to the action of amalgamation and hybridization? Am I going to get more than 6,000 different Christian answers as usual?
I'm sure you will get, everybody will tell you, I never heard of it, but this is my remark, and then he will give you a remark. And there's no foundation for truth under their remarks, but in any case, the internet offers you different media where you can research what she told you. Among others, the natural disasters worldwide every week. These programs offer you video material on the latest earthquakes, landslides, tsunamis, cyclones, tornadoes, and many more. By knowing what to look for, you can see which natural disasters were triggered by the highest reactions to the nation's actions and which were man-made by the agents of the New World Order under Satan's command.
The highest will always warn his people of a natural disaster, weeks or months before it happens. He warns natural life forms as well. If the transgressions of cosmic laws fairly deserve a natural disaster to wipe out a nation or a part of the land that transgressed, you will know it if you studied Mother Nature's workings.
Of course. But where are people? In front of the TV. listening
Watching
to
rugby.
watching rugby or cricket. This is with the God of South Africa. Rugby and cricket. Oh, I hate
The
it.
fall for South Africa.
You know, if a flood builds up to be released over a marked area of land, the birds of that area will start building their nests higher and out of the reach of the forthcoming devastation. This we've watched decades on end. I mean, when did the blood of Jesus cancel? Why is this still happening? I mean, they say when Jesus was born, they predicted, the three wise men said, peace on earth. 2,000 years of Jesus's acts he didn't come back. There's no peace. He didn't come in a cloud. Nothing. His time is served out. But they are still clinging. Horrible. When a landslide must take place, tortoises and snakes, which will die in the landslide, will walk away from that area. Birds will start flying away from the marked land. Observers can see it, and they even comment on it on television.
When the New World Order need to test its tectonic weaponry, they target populated areas to destroy crops, livestock, property, or people. You will see free-ranging natural animals drown in these man-made floods, landslides, cyclones, etc. The New World Order decides which nations, crops, livestock, and properties must be destroyed by using tectonic warfare. Why tectonic warfare? Because Western people prefer not to investigate and see the truth about it.
They will just say, what did we do that God is bringing all this onto us? They don't even know the title God means plural. They don't have whatever to discuss and see which God is did this now, this man-made one. This couldn't be it. I mean, people see it, they comment on it. But by using tectonic warfare, these negative affected nations, governments, are then forced to borrow billions of dollars from the World Bank, governed and administrated by the New World Order, to feed their nations and restore housing, etc. If you want to see this in action, watch your YouTube programs on what happened on Earth during the last 2 weeks, or a similar program. And before you go on, okay.
If you hear or see the workings of a natural disaster which were named after a human, be sure that name is the name of the person who invented and created that specific natural disaster as a weapon of destruction.
She or he could be, as she mentioned, the name will be added to that, the cyclone, the Moila,
like
or
Helen
whatever.
or whatever might be.
Yes.
Something like Cyclone Debbie or Helen or Typhoon Nora, as two three examples.
They are the generals in high-ranking places, developed to do this kind of stuff, and they do it for Satan with a smile on their faces.
And also interesting, check that page. It even shows what destruction will be caused, how many damage, etc. It shows
what
everything.
They plan to do, etc.
Exactly.
Yes.
Satan's special forces create and launch these natural weapons for mass destruction. Special news reporters on the scene of these natural disasters report every detail of these results that the creators of these weapons need to improve these weapons.
Yeah, you know, we're watching it, but the generals up there, they are just taking note of the results of the weapon they just constructed and released, you know, to bring damage. So they know where to add a little bit of this or a little bit of that. And they do it with what? All the satellites and whatever they have on hand. I mean, it's so stupid. It's so easy to think it out. How to get a cyclone on a sea oceans by directing certain satellites of the defense forces on certain areas, which will start turning the winds to start You know, evoking a cyclone,
Yes.
whatever. They know it. Now listen to this one. I heard a song over the radio where the performers sing. Listen here. He's got the whole world in his hand. He's got the whole world in his hand. Have you ever heard that one? I hear it about every Sunday. He's got the whole world in his hand. The performer sings as if who's got the whole world in his hand. In his hands the whole world is the Christian trias father figure, which we know is Satan. The Bible contains an admittance that all power on earth was given to Satan. Who are these mind-controlled Christians singing about? You know, they mind-controlled, they don't listen. Satan, in whose hands earth is, are they singing about him? Of course they sing. And the Christians join, and they go on. He's got the whole world in his hand, you know, happy-go-lucky. My God is an excellent God. What's the name of your God?
Big ceremony on a Sunday for Satan.
Yep. Just showing off their mind-controlled whatever.
With this knowledge in mind, we will share knowledge among others on who will hold the whole world in his hands for the next 2,000 years. Please share and subscribe to be in the loop when the next program is launched. Share with as many people as you know, please. And until next time.
Bye.